Hi, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what SSL certificate is, what it looks like, and how it works, how it functions. That's this green lock right here. So if you go to a website, you're going to see that it's got a green lock on it. That means that when you come into contact information, whenever you submit this information, anytime you autofill anything, a form or anything of that nature, this means that this website, when you see this secured thing, you can click on it, this lock, check the certificate, see who it's issued to, that's official domain name, who it's issued by, and how long it's valid. And if it's in between the time span that you're looking at it, well, then you're just fine. If you don't see it, then there's something wrong, which this means that it's good. Okay, so when you go to a website that actually has the SSL, it means that everything, this individual respects you. You will go to the website, anything that you put in here, autofill it out, your credit card information, your private information, passwords, username, things of that nature are fine. All right, now there's an algorithm that does this. All right, I'll show you what it looks like really fast. If you go to an SSL diagram, here's what it looks like. There's really 4 steps. There's keys involved. There's a public key, private key. The bottom line, after the fourth step, when you communicate with an SSL, you get one issued, and you actually get that first session key, the session key rather, also going. That's the 4th one, the last one. You're gonna get something called a handshake, and what the handshake does is it encrypts the code, and you decrypt it when you get it, and it breaks it down for just that one session for you to communicate with the server, and then it changes the next algorithm that goes through the next algorithm that goes through. So that's how it works. One thing I want to point out, like PayPal, this costs double, but you can do this. PayPal, you have your name put in green. It does the same thing. It tells you who it's valid, when it's issued, who it's issued to, how long it's valid. But PayPal issued their name in green. You pay double for this. This is a different type of SSL where you could submit your information to the certificate individuals, and they will then validate you. It just costs double. The same process takes place. It just displays you this way. Now I want to point something out. Amazon, who is a juggernaut, does not need to have their name here. Same thing happens. They are just efficient and do not pay for it. Google, if you go up to Google, Google doesn't have it either. So I know it's the same thing. What it does, it gives my clients the same level of respect to let them know that their information is here. My URL, where it is, if you're comfortable with just having the standard one, it's fine. You could also pay a little extra and have this put into here. There is a difference. SEO, you will rank a little bit higher. So in other words, if you go into what you do, so if I web design and Valley Stream, that's where I need it. That's what it is. If I go to all, yeah, I come up second basically without any advertising. And SEO though, I come up with search engine optimization. Click here, there it is. There's my lock. Come back though, the people under me may not have it. So if you go underneath, this site is not secure. These individuals are in Suffolk County, wherever, it doesn't matter. They have great content, looks like, but they're not a secured site. It's got a lot of stuff, but it's underneath where I'm ranked because I do have a secured site license. I'm under Google. It's just a system of checks and balances. It's really what it comes down to. So when you see a secured site license, this is going to take place. Any one of these images is valid to teach you. Type in SSL diagram. It shows you how the public key and the private key and vice versa, they can be encrypted. It's the last connection that happens, which is called the handshake, that actually encrypts the code, and it lets hackers cannot get that code when it's only just the one-time thing. The reason that it doesn't go through encrypt it in the very beginning is because it involves a lot of processing. So it does it at the very, very end on the last session key, on the session key, which is the handshake. All right, on the fourth step. I'm actually building my site right now up to explain that information and about to launch it on how it works. It's called SSL really is called a secured sockets layer. A secure sockets layer, excuse me. Secure sockets layer. Secure. Oh, it's secured. Yeah, secure sockets layer. That's what it should be called. Sorry, I just have to fix that. I can't stand looking at that thing. Secure. Good. Done. Yeah, much better. That's what it's called, secured sockets layer. Sorry, I'm building as I'm speaking. You know, you kill two birds with one stone. And that is basically what an SSL is, okay? The reason you don't see it in here is because I'm currently building it. When you go to the main site, there's the SSL. All right, that's offline. All right, and that's proof that the SSL really does work, okay? So click here whenever you go to a website and make sure, listen, for your own security, identity theft is a big thing right now. And that's why the address bar, regardless if they want to, you know, this is the portal for everything, and they're encrypting it. I'm sure it's being measured one way or monetized one way or another, but it is being encrypted now so that bad people cannot do bad things. And you could identify yourself as an LLC or something else, or you can just stay a standard one like Amazon because you just don't need to pay that extra fee to have your name here. But definitely the green lock is a very important thing, and you should have it. That is the essence of an SSL. One last thing, sorry. Yeah, there is another thing. It's called a CSR. If you want to do this and put it on your site yourself, it's involved. You got to take this information, you got to copy it, you got to go to your server, host, cPanel, and they're all generic, and you got to paste it into there. cPanel is a universally downloaded platform that all of your servers, GoDaddy uses it, DirectNick, all of them, all the juggernauts use it. But you got to put this stuff in here. It's involved. So if you can do it, awesome. Otherwise, people like me do it at DinoRiese.com, and I include it with hosting for free. So that's what's going to be happening with the SSLs for me. If I host you, your SSL is included. And if you want the bigger one with your name on it, I include it too. You know, it just costs a bit more. It's double. All right? And it's double everywhere. SSLs generally should cost $75 a year. Okay? A standard one. The other one is $150 roughly with this. This is $150 a year roughly. This one is roughly $75 a year. So another thing, if you're just coming up, you're getting a place at the table, you might not have the information to have an LLC, so you might not have this also. So if you're just coming up too, you may not be ready to have this. Again, you may not need it. This is what's really important, what it comes down to based on this process. Thank you.